It's that time of the month where it's time to do our February reading wrap up and our March TBR. I think I decided I'm going to start combining these videos. So I'll do my wrap up and use my TBR jar to pick my next month's TBR all in one video. Here are the books that I read in February. Let's talk about it. I hate long intros, so I'm literally just going to go for it. For January's book club, we read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's a series. It's like a 4-book series plus a novella. I continue the series in February, starting with Killer Instincts. I rated this 4 stars. I flippin' love this series. This is so far a 5-star series for me. After that, I read All In because I am obsessed with these characters. This is YA mystery, and it's so fun to try to figure out the cases as you read. They're part of this FBI program, but it's like a very small amount of them, and they are trying to solve cold cases of serial killers. It is just everything without being too gory, without being too disgusting, you know? I just love it. I love it. I need everyone to read these. Then I listened to First Lie Wins on audiobook. This is another mystery thriller, and a lot of people said it was kind of hard to follow and they just DNF'd it or they didn't like it, but I loved it. I think that it's, you know, the juice is worth the squeeze kind of situation. What you put into a book is typically what you'll get out of it with complex plots. I loved that there was finally a mystery thriller with a complex plot, because typically with a lot of mystery thrillers, you can literally find out who done it by like the first 10 pages. I love those. I think those are great. I actually find those enjoyable to read. But sometimes when you want a mystery thriller that's actually like, holy crap, up until the last page, you're like, what is happening? That was this for me. I also love the audio version. I did extensive research before I use my credit on a book that has a bad narrator. So this one has a great narrator, in my opinion. I thought it was fabulous. You're basically following this con woman who takes on all these different personas and changes her name and like is booping all around the country, doing like shady things, figuring out information on people to then like basically give to her boss, who is then like selling that information for money. And yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but the whole time you're reading, you're like, what is happening? Who's actually the boss? The boyfriend? Yeah, it gets intense. And there are a lot of people introduced, but honestly, who cares? Read it. It's a great read. I don't think it's that hard to follow. Like, you can do it. I believe in you. Then I read When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and I did not like this book. Somebody commented on the vlog when I read this saying that it was like a really, 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 really bad Hallmark movie. And I would agree with that, but even more, like even times 10, because it was that bad to me. I felt like, what was the plot? She's like a billionaire superstar. So like basically, or pop star. So basically imagine Taylor Swift going to like this small town because like people always just want things from her and like, wait. I just did not find this to be a convincing story whatsoever. Don't think that the main character, what's her name, Amelia, is worth caring about. I did not feel like her problems were real. I don't know if that's a me problem or an Amelia problem, but I just did not find this very convincing. You know what I also don't like? Because I also read Bride this month, and I'm so glad I did, because I feel like it compares the type of romance writing that I like versus what I don't like. I hate. Okay, we have a romance book, right? They're literally on the cover together. Like, I know that they're going to end up together. I know this is going to be like a happy ending type romance. So why throughout the entire book are the characters like, but we're not going to be together, but I know we're not going to be able to be together? Who are you trying to trick? Who are you trying to convince? I already know you're gonna be together. That's the whole point of this romance. Just please, like, can we please stop doing that? Versus Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Oh, When in Rome is a 1-star. No. Did not like it. Bride, on the other end, I just finished this last night, and at the beginning of every chapter, she told him vampires do not dream, and yet once her midday rest is over and the evening approaches, her sleep becomes fitful, agitated. His touch seems to comfort her, and the thought fills him with pride and purpose. Okay, this is like one of those, he tries to avoid thinking about what he'd do to her father if only it wouldn't cause the worst diplomatic incident of the current century. So throughout the book, it's leaving like breadcrumbs, because guys, right, when we pick up books like this, we know they're going to end up together, right? That's the whole point of the romance. We know they're going to end up together. So I just appreciate authors not trying to like trick the reader I don't know what you call that. Miss Allie Hazelwood, she delivered as per usual. She was standing on business, and I would probably rate this like a 4.5. I was like, wow, this was good. I also love werewolf vampire stories. Like, I'm a Twilight girl at heart. So yeah, probably a solid 4.5. I loved her. I read this basically in like one sitting. Then I read The Flat Share. I was like on a romance kick kind of this month. I think I read 3 romance, 3 mystery thrillers, and 1 fantasy. This is The Flat Share. I think in my video I said I rated this 5 stars. I think I would actually rate this 4. I kind of jumped the gun. We're basically following these 2 characters. It's dual POV, chef's kiss, love it. Basically, she has a boyfriend, he has a girlfriend. He needs money, she needs money and a cheap place to live. He works nights at the hospital, so he's like, puts up an ad like, hey, somebody come borrow my flat while I'm at work, pay me some money so I could pay for something I need to pay for. I won't spoil it for you. So basically, she moves into his flat while he's at work. She's doing all the correspondence through his girlfriend. It's really cute. And then while they're like living in the flat, they start writing on post-it notes, like letters to each other. Not like love letters or anything, but mostly just like telling stories, sharing things about each other. And it's very like slow burn. They are like friends, if anything. It's not immediately romantic. It's like they're actually building a friendship. And I just thought it was a really, really sweet and cute story. And I rated this 4 stars. Also, this is my favorite cover of a book. I stopped buying books because of the cover, because I always am let down by the contents of the book. And I was so happy that I actually found a book that I love. I'm obsessed with the cover, and the book was actually really, really good. So shout out to Beth O'Leary, 4 stars for this one. Then I read Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This was our book club book of the month. I still have not read this Cell's POV at the end. I need to read that. 5 stars, 5 stars. Yeah, I will definitely link the vlog where I read this. It took me like 2 vlogs to read it because it's a pretty thick book, and like, look how small the words are. It's very small. Like, look how many lines there are on a page. So many lines. So this one took me a while to finish, like a couple weeks, I think. 10 days, I think, to finish this. And oh my goodness, I love it. This is one of those books where it's kind of hard to even give a synopsis because there are so many things happening at the same time. So like, Kaylin kind of described it as like, he didn't read this, but for a different book he's reading that is kind of like the same vibe. There's like, imagine 20 different circles, right? But like, this plot point is coming around. Okay, while this one's coming around, while this one's coming around. Okay, now this one's finishing, and then this one's starting. So you're perfectly entertained the entire time. And of course, out of all the different plots, you kind of have like your favorite ones, the ones you're like, what's going to happen with that one? So you're looking forward to those while also being entertained by the other little plots, like little side plots. And this is just, the writing, it's wonderful. It's magnificent. We're following Bree. She's attending UNC Chapel Hill, which has a lot of historical significance, especially regarding racism and stuff like that. And Tracy Dion actually attended UNC Chapel Hill, so she has firsthand experience, which I thought was really cool. Someone else had commented on my video and said that it's something realism. I'm like, my words are escaping me right now. And I was like, okay, yes, that makes sense, because it's technically a real setting with a magic system and monsters and all that stuff. I love it. You also get romance, you get lots of politics, but politics done well. It actually kind of gave me the same feeling I got when I read Fourth Wing. Not the same story whatsoever, but as far as like how I felt reading it, I thought it was excellent. The banter, the romance, you're on your toes the whole time, the historical significance, the racial aspects, the found family. I feel like you get it all with this book, and you get to live in this world for a long time, and it's just so fun. So that's my little wrap up. 5 stars. Boom. I wonder how many like pages I read in total. I should start adding that up. Like, how many pages I read, how many genres I read. My TBR jar last month, I chose 8 books, plus my book club book made my TBR like 9 books. I read 7 books in total, but I only read 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I only read 3 from the TBR because honestly, the Natural series had me in a chokehold. Grab my TBR jar. I flippin' love this. Like, I get so excited to do this. Okay, we're gonna choose 8 books again because that's just, I don't know, it's fun. Choosing 8. I'm excited. Okay, got a yellow one. Favorite genre. So a book from my favorite genre. Okay, I'm stressed already. I have some books right here. Can you guys see this? Yes, I have some books right here that I just bought. These are like my recent purchases. Tempted to choose Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion because right now, currently, fantasy, like this, Legendborn really did it for me. So should I choose this? I think so. Okay, I think we're gonna go with Bloodmarked because I think that this genre, like fantasy, YA fantasy right now, is just everything to me. Also, I love the YA mystery thriller. Like that was super fun too. So we're gonna go YA fantasy. Next bookie. Let's do a pink one. The colors don't mean anything. I just thought it was pretty. I'm scared. Oh gosh, this is a long one. A book Rory Gilmore read in Gilmore Girls. Ah, that's fun. I'm currently watching Gilmore Girls. I'm sure you guys know already because I never shut up about it. I'll just Google it. Books Rory Gilmore read. Okay, Anna Karenina, obviously, 1984 by Orwell. Kaylin does have that on Kindle. Harry Potter, Pride and Prejudice. The Great Gatsby, I already read that. Ooh, Jane Eyre. Oh my gosh, I used to be obsessed with that Anne Frank book, The Diary of a Young Girl. I was obsessed with that when I was little. Oh my gosh. Oh, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I've kind of been wanting to reread that. Oh, I'm getting sad. I've had this book since I was middle school. I still have it. Okay, let's do Perks of Being a Wallflower. Shout out to Rory Gilmore. Okay, next one. A nonfiction book. I know, honey. I really not want to. I don't even know if I have any nonfiction in here. A memoir? Did I really just get a nonfiction book? That's crazy. That's crazy, bruh. I kind of want to do Viola Davis's. I'm excited for this, actually. Okay. Okay, I feel better about that. Next one. I'm like, who wrote these? About an animal / has an animal in it. About an animal? I could have chose Bride if I hadn't read it already. What the frick was I thinking writing that? Does the house in the Cerulean Sea have an animal? Okay. What about A Man Called Oh, there's a cat on the cover. A Man Called Ove. What follows is a heartwarming tale of unkept cats. Unlikely French purr. Literally purr. Okay, I'm gonna do A Man Called Ove because I've been wanting to read, is it the Beartown series by Frederick Bachman? So this will kind of give me like an introduction to his writing. We have 4 more we need to choose. Any romance, period. Okay, this is like my romance section up here. I might do, some of you guys have recommended for me to read some Abby Jimenez after I told you guys I hated When in Rome because they have more depth and it's not just a stupid story. Kind of want to do Check and Mate because I flippin' loved Bride. I flippin' loved it and I kind of want to do this. This is supposed to be a YA romance. I'm going to be 27 this year. Why is half my TBR YA? Explain that to me. Check and Mate. Okay, I think we have, what, 2 more? A book cover that matches your outfit. Black, basically. Oh, that scared me. A black book. The 4 wins. We have Babel. This one actually probably is like the most, if I was being honest with myself, but this book is gigantic and I don't know if I'm ready for this. So we'll keep that on in the back of our mind. Let's go to our fantasy side. We have Cold Tea by Mariana Zapata. This is pretty just black. Atlas 6. Oh, I've kind of been wanting to read this. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is pretty much just black. I think I'm gonna do the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It does match my outfit, right? Friends to Lovers. I really wrote those down thinking I actually know what any of these books are about. Why did I do that to myself? Friends to Lovers. I feel like a Taylor Jenkins Reid book is probably gonna be Friends to Lovers. This one is Maybe in Another Life, where she's come back to visit her hometown and she runs into her ex-boyfriend and he offers to take her home, but she's also there with her friend and it's kind of like, okay, what happens if I go home with my friend versus if I let him take me home? That kind of situation, which I think could be Friends because it's not saying that the ex is like a bad you know, was like a bad relationship. So that I think could be, I don't know what yours truly is about. Okay, this isn't Friends. Okay, wait, what about like something from Lynn Painter? Okay, this is Next Door Neighbors. Okay, this is kind of Friends because they're like childhood neighbors. What's better than the movies? Okay, this one, her boyfriend's cheating on her, so that's gonna be a no. Oh, what about Same Time Next Summer? Ooh, okay, this is a good option too. They did like break up, but there's like memories of nights in the treehouse and the feel of Wyatt's skin on hers. Okay, so these are our options. Okay, I feel like we have to go with this one because this is more friends to lovers, I think, than better than the movie. So we'll do Same Time Next Summer. Last one. Make it a good one. Make it a good one. The word you in the title. You, yours truly. You, yours truly. Before I Let Go. Alone with You in the Ether. Okay, that's an option. Everything, no. Okay, I only had one book. I guess we're going with Alone with You in the Ether, which I'm actually happy about this because I've been wanting to read this for a long time. This is by Olivia Blake, and I don't think I've ever read an Olivia Blake story, but I heard this is just like beautiful. I don't want to know what it's about, so if you want to know what it's about, go on Goodreads or Google it, but I've heard the writing is just beautiful. The story is beautiful. I can't wait. Here's what we got. I actually think this is a beautiful TBR. Okay, I could do this. I think I could do this. I'll probably read more books off this TBR because I'm more prepared this time. Last TBR video, I was struggling with where to put the books after I chose my TBR, and I actually ended up moving it to my office. So that's where I'll put those. Okay, this was fun. Thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure to subscribe because I normally read these books throughout the month inside my vlogs and stuff that I post throughout March. So let me know the book you're most excited for on your March TBR or your favorite book that you read in February. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.